Thank you, Nivedita. That was very enthusiastic. Thank you. I haven't prepared any remarks because part of what I do is also coolie, electrician, sound guy, lights guy, and everything else. So that's also part of the values of this institution. That we do everything. We don't look at positions. We don't look at titles. We do everything, and it's very socialistic in that way. Having said that, I do believe that I'd like to take 2 or 3 minutes to just articulate why we have NSoJ and why there's an important role for the journalism school in our country today. Journalism is not meant to be the voice of the people, because popular opinion has usually always got it wrong. Journalists are supposed to be the voice of the voiceless and to enlighten the public so that they can make wise decisions. And I believe that in our country, like other countries, including the United States of America, journalists have forgotten their role to enlighten the public. And they have become sounding boards of public opinion. It does not matter what we sitting here in Bangalore think of Article 370. It does not matter. Is it constitutionally right or wrong? And these are some of the questions that we try to explore here at National School of Journalism, where we equip our students to think independently, to research, and go where the facts may lead them. No preconceived notions, no preconceived ideologies, and in fact we hope that all of our students stay principled. They are principled as human beings and not ideological. So they're committed to principles and not ideologies. The second role that journalists have to play is to raise the level of public discourse and to set perhaps priorities in our country, the national priorities. Over the last 20 years, we have lost 700 civilians approximately to acts of terror in our country. 700 people lost to acts of terror in our country over the last 20 years. During the same period, we have lost approximately 20 million people to traffic accidents. That is the combined population of Bangalore, Chennai, and some of Hyderabad together. We have replaced. Are journalists setting the national agenda in terms of discourse, in terms of order of priority? I think we've lost the way there as well. And so there's a great opportunity for each of you here to bring back ethical journalism and its rightful place, where journalists were once the most trusted voices and persons in society, and it's much the opposite today. And finally, it's about moral outrage, collective moral outrage, which we seem to have forgotten, because as we've gotten more prosperous, we've forgotten what it means to have a conscience stirred and shaken. And so there are some old school values here: truth, justice, and courage. And these are the core principles and values that drive ethical journalism. Now, ethics, which is the class I teach to our students, comes from the word ethos, or habit forming. So you cannot be an ethical journalist unless you are an ethical person. And so, it is a bit of a rude awakening for us as the faculty and the board of management and our advisors to realize that we assume that everybody has these values of truth, justice, and courage, but apparently not. And so, these values are something that we impress upon our students through real life examples And it also means that I have to tell you that with all the accomplishments that you have heard announced today, with the exemplaries and university topping results, more than 60% of the students failed their ethics exam. And that for me is not acceptable, but it also shows me that the role of NSoJ's is so acutely required in every part of a society. Because when we do not fail to be morally outraged, when we cheat, when we lie, there is something fundamentally wrong. If that happens in a journalism school, what about our society? So I'm going to leave you with this last thought, and it's for all of you parents. Because there's only so much a journalism school can do. What values are we giving our students, our children at home today? Is it okay to lie? Is it okay to give a false reason in your leave letter? Is it okay to say, answer the phone and say if somebody is not there when they are there? Simple things like this. What values are we passing on to our children? And that responsibility rests in each and every one of you today. Because ultimately, no matter what principles we give them here in NSoJ, they love each of you, parents here. And they strive to please you. So let them not please you by sticking to ideologies and biases and stereotypes, but let them learn to be loving to each other, to be compassionate, and to be faithful to the principles of truth, justice, and courage.